So in this module, I'm going to cover the way that I would prefer a lot of you to film your video ads. I recommend getting a local videographer that works for fairly cheap and have them film and edit everything. This will save you so much time without having to learn camera setup, without having to learn audio setup, without having to learn lighting setup, without having to learn editing. This really is the way that I have filmed most of my over the last 4 months, have started to film all of my videos as opposed to doing it myself. And it's tremendously better. It is tremendously better. And the quality of production that you get is levels above anything that you can produce yourself. So the way I recommend for you to look for a local videographer, there's 2 sites you can use. Upwork, surprisingly, not a lot of people know that you can actually use Upwork to find local freelancers, and Thumbtack are the 2 best ones. I haven't really used Thumbtack. I went on there. There's a lot of good listings. I've had other people use it. I find mine on Upwork, and when I move in the next year or 2, I'll be using Upwork to find whoever in the next area. So the first standard that we want to look for is we want them to charge less than $30 per hour. Now, if we can't find that, if you're in a bigger city, maybe you can only find one that charges $35 per hour. Screw it, that's fine. It's fine. It's a small difference. It's $10 per hour difference, and the average video, the type that we film, takes about 4 hours total. That includes filming and editing. So you're about $100 in for a very, very, very well-produced video. So the way you search this is you just go to Upwork, you type in video, I don't know, videographer. Why does that look so weird? There we go. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to go to search, where's locations? Location, US, Florida. You're going to type in your state, Florida. It does not have a city search, which is very, very annoying. But what you're going to do is just do Control F and find people in your city. So $60 an hour, $50 an hour, $40 an hour. That's maybe something that we could work with. 72, 22, that's perfect. Let's go through here. Lando, $100 an hour, definitely not. I mean, I'm sure his stuff is super high quality, but it's too much for what we're doing. It's not going to get you any better ROI on your dollar to pay that much more. $30 an hour, that's exactly in the range of what we're looking to pay. Again, if you're in a massive city like New York, maybe you have to pay more than $20, $30 an hour, but maybe not. Videography seems to be one of those things that people get a college degree in it and they struggle to find work after. A lot of the way these guys make money is weddings. So usually they don't have a ton of work, and you can find them for cheap. Here's one for $15 an hour. You can find $35 an hour. That's a good one. If they have money earned on the platform, that's just a bonus. That lets you know that they've done work for other people on here. So that's great. $20 an hour, that's perfect. So find a videographer that's $30 an hour or less, and reach out to them. And there's a few other standards that we want them to meet. We want them to, I must not have spelled that right. They need to have a 3-day turnaround for editing. So not including the day of. So like the next 3 days following you filming, they need to be able to edit the video and return it, which that's pretty reasonable, I think. And they need to have a 2-camera setup, or at least know a way to implement a phone as a second camera. Because the second camera angle, and I'll explain why you want a 2-camera system here in a second, but the second camera angle doesn't need to be super high quality. It doesn't even need to pick up audio. It just needs to be video. So if they don't have a camera, they can use a phone. Also, we want them to have a gimbal. Again, look up the spelling. I don't know how to spell it. But you want them to have a gimbal. That's just a device that stabilizes the camera as you do moving shots. So that's something that you definitely want them to have. And that's it. It's really that simple. I have them drive over to my place or a park or wherever you're filming, meet them there, film, they go back, they edit it within, that's, you can have an ad filmed and turned out in 4 days total. It's nothing. And it costs you $100. Like, being able to produce ads quickly and efficiently is everything. Make sure you have your ads written out and practiced a little bit first, so that when they get to your place, you're not stumbling around trying to figure stuff out. And again, look at the previous modules on how to format these to show them exactly how you want it edited. And even in person while they're there, sometimes I'll show them examples of ads that I'm wanting it to look like, so that they know how to frame it. So that's pretty much it for that. So let's go into the importance of the 2-camera system and why it makes filming with a videographer a million times easier than doing it yourself. So watch this.
Run YouTube ads. Run YouTube ads. I'll say it one more time. Run YouTube ads. Look, if you run an online business and in 2020 to 2021, you're not getting onto YouTube ads, you are missing out on one of the biggest opportunities of a lifetime. Well, okay.
See right there? See how it switched to a different camera angle? Now, what it makes it looks like I just kept talking. It looks like that was an unbroken shot. I went exactly from that to this. What actually happened is I was in between lines, or I messed up a line. So let me show you what that means. Let's find a paragraph here. Let's say, where's one that has a period in the middle of it? Okay, so usually if you're filming this section and you're on your own setup, you have one camera, you don't have a videographer over. If you mess it up, like I taught in the previous module, you have to go back to the beginning of this section. With a videographer, let's say you nail this one and you're reading this one and you mess up on this sentence. What they can do is, instead of starting all the way over, they keep this first take and you just start back at the beginning of the sentence that you messed up, and they switch the camera angle to make it look like it was a continuous shot. So whenever you mess up, all that has to happen is you start back at the beginning of the sentence you messed up on, and they switch to the second camera. So it looks like it's continuous, but it's not. This allows you to do this whole thing in one take, essentially. I mean, you just keep reading and reading, and if you mess up, you start back at the beginning of the sentence. It's easy as cake. And like right here, my script is on, where are we? My script is on this table. So when I mess up a line, I look down, look back up, do the line, and just nail it. And it makes it a million times easier to film. This is why I recommend getting a videographer over all other methods. If you're really strapped on cash, use the other methods, but if you're in this course and you're selling any sort of course or service or whatever, you can probably afford a videographer. And if you can afford it, I recommend doing it because you're going to be able to pump out videos way faster than any other method. And if you're going to be running YouTube ads consistently like you want to learn how to pump out creatives fast. You want to be able to go from concept to having a video in your hand in about 4 or 5 days. Like, that's an excellent turnaround time, and that's what I can really recommend there. So this Upwork, Thumbtack, they need to meet these standards. Besides that, that covers everything in terms of hiring a videographer. I'll see you guys in the next module.